Here's Kevin, and as you can see, he used to be a Jedi, because look, he's wearing his pyjamas, as all Jedis do. And Kevin here is going to take us a little look. We're going to take a look around the inside of Jabba the Hutt's palace. So come with me on a journey through smell, grime, and slime. So here's three fantastic looking figures which I can't wait to get open to show off to you, but we also have these other three which are redos of original vintagey type figures. Classic figures back from my youth, reinvented for the 90s. So we'll get them opened up and Kevin can have a drool all over them. La, 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 la. So let's get started with Bib Fortuna. He sounds like tuna. Now then, he's not a bad. Is he upgrade? I don't know if it's an upgrade, but I do like the kind of sculpted plasticky thing instead of the cloth capes, although I do really think cloth capes do look nice, especially the vintage Bib Fortuna one was rather nicely tailored, wasn't it? It was lovely, nice bit of pleating. But the good thing about the soft goods is obviously you can kind of whop them off and then you got a kind of separate different figure looking underneath, because look at that. He's actually pretty smart under there, like. In fact, I wouldn't mind seeing this figure without this on, but I would have to cut it off. Or boil his head and pull it off and blah-de-blah-de-blah. One of these twelky things looks like it's been glued into his head as part of the sculpt, which, I don't know, I suppose if you were a customizer you could pull it off and put something else in there, or whatever. He does have a hold-out blaster according to the packet. I don't quite understand, like, hold-out blaster? Would it not just be a blaster that you would hold this? Anyway, so there is Bib Fortuna, and he's like a tuna and fork, cause you ting. So let's get out his other squid-like friend. It's Tessak. Was he called Squid Man? Yeah, I can't remember. Now then, speaking of figures with soft goods, this guy originally did have the cape, which, you know, kind of figures with capes, when I was a kid, was kind of almost as good as a figure with a helmet and a skirt, which then was kind of a bit like, what, he's got a skirt? What, is he a lady? Now, on opening the packet here, you can see there's an elastic band around the bottom of his foot here, which goes right up his back and around his head. Now, for some strange reason, I guess this leg must be prone to kicking through the packet, so they've obviously thought, no, we must restrain that leg, keep him in that pose in the packet. I always loved, and they've done it really nicely on this one as well, on the vintage one, his fingers have got the kind of little sucker tips, and that was always pretty cool for like for role playing and stuff, so you kind of make Spider-Man up things and things like that. And these two were kind of favourites of mine, as in creaturey things. His face looks absolutely hideous. You can't really get a very good look at it, but I'm sure if you check out somebody's channel or Google Squid Heat Man thing, you will see he's kind of going and sticking his tongue out. I stuck my tongue out, but you didn't see it. He does have a holster as well, so hence the slit up there. Look at that Hollywood style slit up the leg. Now then, I didn't realise till I got this guy that apparently he's flipping a git assassin, a potential assassin, and he's the most disliked person in Jabba's palace. So, oh bless. But he doesn't half look a beefcake in this new version, so we'll get him cracked out and have a look. So here is, oh god, what's his name? Reweeze, bloody hell, how a parliament get with it. And I do really like this figure. This have a kind of a metallic shiny thing, which you will be able to see with your eyes rather than me describing it to you, but it is rather nice, so I figured I would just highlight that. I did like the quilted thing in the vintage figure. This has worked quite nice in this figure too. He also has the kind of little squiddy, suctiony cup fingertips, which... Does he have 4 fingers in the vintage figure? Now that's a good question. I'll have to check that out. I think he only has 3. Now what would happen if these two had a handshake? Suction. Come here. Oh, no, let go. No, you let go. I can't. Somebody lick me fingertip. Right, so there you are. Now, I've just been reading this guy's Filofax thing that I forgot to show you, and there's some pretty interesting information on here. I do like the kind of like signing off, ka-chow picture there. And he's all like, oh, there's only one, Tussock. Now, on his allies, right, he's got Weequee, Barada, Princess Leia and Reeves, who is obviously like a traitor or whatever, and his enemies is Jabba, Boba Fett, Bib Fortuna, and Salacious Crumb. I think he's possibly in the wrong place, didn't he? Apparently he's Jabba's accountant, and apparently he was planning on killing him and ripping him off. But apparently Jabba knew about it. So obviously the stories that could have... I would have liked to have seen like an alternative universe, and to have just seen what would have happened if the whole kind of Jedi influence bit wasn't there. So let's get some of these bad boys at the back cracked open. We'll have to get Elephant Mon open. Right, now then, if I can move this big beefy dude out the way, and we'll get the other big beefy dude in the shot. Now then, this is where your money is, right here. Look at the size of this guy. He's flipping. I mean, could you imagine paying the same price for these two figures? I mean, there's just no comparison, really. Obviously, I guess he's to scale. His arm kind of goes out a bit weird, look. Like he's bowling. Had to spat a bit then, and his jaw's a little bit loose, that's a shame. But I suppose you kind of want it open anyway to show off his tongue and his mouth going, duh. He looks very emo, doesn't he? I mean, I know obviously when these guys came out, emo didn't really exist. And he does kind of have a bit of the homeless chic thing going on that a lot of Jabba's palace people do. But it's just the kind of the hair. God. Anyway, he does come with a couple of accessories. He does come with this little knife. And he comes with this, which kind of, at first I was thinking, what the hell's that? And that snapped off him. I don't understand what it is. It's apparently his walking stick, which makes sense because his legs are quite small, so you would only need a little short walking stick. But I mean, he does tipple forward there, so I would have probably said it would be better as like a chin sort of rest for him, so you can kind of prop his head up, because I mean, I would imagine his head must be pretty heavy. So there you go. Props that up quite nicely there. Unfortunately, it would have been better if it had wheels on, so he could have walked with his head being held up. But he's a pretty phenomenal figure. His legs do move as well, which are kind of... they could have not gone down that route, I suppose, but... the other thing, apparently this guy's like the head of Jabba's security. Who knew? I didn't know. I always thought this guy was like second in command, but I guess it's jostling for position. Not that you really see this guy in the movie, but I guess you wouldn't mess, would you, in case he sat on you. And that would really hurt. So we'll move these guys all out the way, because now we're getting on to the true love story of Return of the Jedi. Here we have Jaquil and Tennis Spijik, who on the surface look fairly similar, but you'll notice that this guy has got a big kind of... He looks like the guy from Mask, the movie about the guy with the big face, rather than the stuff with Matt Tracker. And this thing's a spider thing with really weird boobs. But I'm going to make them a couple, and I'm going to reunite them. So I'm going to get Jaquil out the packet first. Oh, he's cracking out the pack of this fella. He kind of looks a bit like a mixture between a Wookiee and a Ewok. He's obviously bigger than an Ewok, and he's got rigged little claw feet. A bit like a sloth, really. I'll walk incredibly slowly to open your... Oh, come here, my darling. So let's not make him wait any longer. Let's reunite the lovely hairy couple. Oh, this thing is gorgeous. Now then, what the hell is it? Is it a spider? Is it a furry thing? It has the same kind of gribbity-grabbity toes as the other thing, but on the back... No, it's a skunk. It's a spider skunk. Look at... It's pretty distracting, the fact that it has boobs and stuff, so... And this guy's like, yes, come here, my darling. But they do make a rather interesting and lovely couple, don't they? Until she's kind of like, he's going over, gives a feeling of boobs. Grabs her nipples as she then kind of spins round and... Anyway, so there you are, the inner workings of Jabba's, palace, I guess. So we'll just get them all lined up. What a lovely scene that makes, doesn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. If you can get Jabba the Hutt's palace, people, then I strongly advise you do, because they are so full of character, shapes and sizes, and smell. Could you imagine the smell? The horror. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you all later on.